File attorney Sidney Powell, an attorney for Donald Trump, speaks in Alpharetta, GA. On December 2, 2020. Attorney Sidney Powell pleaded guilty as part of a deal with prosecutors over efforts to overturn Trump's loss in Georgia. Atlanta. Attorney Sidney Powell pleaded guilty Thursday, reduced charges for her efforts to overturn Donald Trump's 2020 election defeat in Georgia, becoming the second defendant reach a deal with prosecutors in the sprawling case. Powell, who is accused of violating the state's anti-racketeering law along with Trump and 17 others, entered his defense just a day before jury selection began in his trial. He pleaded guilty to 6 misdemeanor counts charging him with conspiracy to intentionally interfere with the performance of election duties. As part the deal, he will receive 6 years of probation, be fined $6,000 and have to write a letter apology to Georgia and its residents. He also recorded a statement for prosecutors and agreed to testify truthfully against his co-defendants at future trials. Prosecutors say he also participated in the unauthorized breach of election equipment at a county elections office in rural Georgia. The plea deal makes Powell the most prominent person known to have worked with prosecutors investigating Trump's efforts to overturn the election. His cooperation case, his involvement in strategy talks threatened to expose former president and give insight into what he said did critical period after election. First of all, guilty plea is remarkable comeback for a lawyer who, perhaps more than anyone else, has defended baseless conspiracy theories about stolen election in the face of overwhelming evidence to contrary. He also has key knowledge of high-profile events, including a news conference attended on behalf of Trump and his campaign shortly after the election, and a White House meeting he attended in mid-December 2020 where prosecutors said had ways to influence election results were discussed. Powell's comments in court came only in response to routine questions from prosecutor Daisha Young and the judge. Young asked, "How old are you, ma'am?" When he asks, there was a moment of banter. "Oh my God," Powell said with a chuckle. 68. Despite my surprisingly youthful face. But Young asked, "How do you defend 6 allegations of conspiracy to engage in intentional interference with the performance of election functions?" When asked, Powell was serious and succinct. "Guilty," Powell said, his hands clasped in front of him at the defense table. John Fishwick, former U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Virginia, called Powell's plea a significant win for Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis. "This is someone who is at ground zero of these allegations and an attorney who has pleaded guilty," he said. Fishwick also said Powell's defense was helpful to the Justice Department's special counsel, Jack Smith. Powell is named, though not by name, as one of 6 unindicted co-conspirators